All right, everybody. I'm assuming that it's going live. It says it's live. So Trina, we're live. How are you doing, my dear? So good to see you. Took last week off, so we were just conversing and having a great time offline. I mean, y'all should have joined the party because you're more than welcome to it. But anyway, so good to see you, my dear. Good to be back where we're all back together again. And folks, we just speak favor to all of you. Thank you for so much of you coming in, and give me 1 second as we continue to hit all the buttons, because you got to hit the buttons, Trina, as you know, going live.
Yeah, driving that bus.
Yeah, I mean, and I can do this with, one hand and martini in the other. No, I don't drink, but anyway, it's an expression.
Right.
So favor to all of us, one and all. Grace, I love that. So many requests for Loretta's edition. And if you're not reading this, I mean, folks, in fact, I'm going to put a challenge out, Trina. We're going to get into something today where if everyone who's listening will follow exactly the plan, you will be able to absolutely manifest within your life anything. In fact, we're going to be make a referencing book. You and I talked about it previously from going live. It came out in the 1920, I think 1921, something like that, maybe. Been responsible for making more millionaires, billionaires. It's been responsible for taking people literally out of abject poverty into absolutely acquiring what your desire and your wants are.
Yep.
And it's very simple, but it's amazing, Trina, how many people can't do the simple things, and that's so. If you will quote this 3 times a day, hey, Mary wins. When Mary wins, Trina, we all win. I love that, Mary. Thank you. It's powerful. So I understand that in Lucky's group, they made the request and sent it out. I know Courtney did it in the group. I think I'm in group 2. And speaking of which, Courtney, read your email. Got to get you. I'm looking for Friday, but they're going to have the report tomorrow. We'll be going over it. But apparently, from what I'm reading, Trina, there is huge strides being made here with the participants in this group. We're going into week 5. We're in the home stretch now, so we're rounding third base. And 2 more weeks, and we will see what our egregore looks like. We'll know because it'll have its own identity. And I just want to put a big thank you out to Lucky and to Courtney for helping in this. And then for the rest of you who joined in this and have stuck with it, thank you. We're doing something here that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
There are a lot of channels, and speaking of which, I was on Ryder Lee, left a link below yesterday on his 100th podcast. It's going to be on today, I think at 7:00 my time. Great panel was on there. Going to have David Devane on with Adapt 2030. So going to bring him on.
I love
going to be bringing
David.
on another guest, Pam, I believe was her name. So anyway, check it out for sure. I think today, as well as I think Nina has her show on, I think Hump Day. And so anyway, getting back to this, if you will start doing this 3 times a day and follow what we're going to get into here in a little bit, I'm telling you, folks, with those that are involved in the group project, the workshop, add this to what we're already doing. Oh, yeah. Folks,
Oh, yeah.
And Trina, I know you've experienced this yourself.
Yeah.
And when you lose something, when something is taken away that was wrong, it's just wrong, you are really the one who becomes in control at that point.
Yes.
And in this case, where large sums of money are concerned, for some people, it becomes very devastating because you see a lifetime of work wiped out. And many people would fall into despair. But the great thing is, if they had the gnosis that we have collectively as a group, as a family, as a soul tribe, individually, there are many teachers here. I'm telling you, you can find out that any loss can be replaced back like that.
Multiplied times 3 too.
Thank you. Yeah. In the book of Proverbs, it says that if you catch a thief, you have the legal right to make that thief pay back sevenfold. And so for someone needs to hear this. So if you know the thief, you can make your presence demand to what we would call, I guess, a supreme council. Listen, folks, we're all beings. I mean, many of us will go back and sit on the council. Some of us will come back in many different adventures. But the fact is, if you found the thief, you bring the thief before the council and you can make demand of retribution. So anyway.
Absolutely.
So Trina, how are you? You're looking absolutely beautiful and stunning.
Oh, thank you, my friend. And as do you. And it is so good to see your face and so good that you're back. And everybody just was so concerned and sending you love. And it was incredible what has been happening over the past few weeks. And I intuitively knew that something like this would show up, because when you do these kinds of powerful things, you hit powerful resistance. So so good job, team.
That's all I got to say. I mean, the team, the force is strong with this group because we did. And when groups come together collectively, and it's been written about for ages, and we've done it. This group has done it. There are other channels that have very large subscription bases, but they're not really what I would call uniqueness in this aspect, is that this group has come together collectively, psychically, telepathically.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the bond was formed through true friendship, community, and just love, and wanting to learn and wanting to look at things that a lot of other people didn't. But that was our common ground. We all had a philosophical, esoteric spirituality, curiosity, that was a little bit beyond most. And that
like
was
what Loretta wrote in this. Let
Mhm.
me come to this. I want to say this, where she talks about the fractured parts of us all coming together, how we can come forth. I send enlightenment and wisdom into the veil of darkness to eliminate the unknown, and to these ready to receive and learn, I call upon all of our shattered, scattered selves to come together and make us whole again, so that we may ascend this plane and go to where we were meant to be.
Absolutely.
I love that.
It's so powerful and true. JCK posted one of those little picture things on YouTube this morning, and it caught my eye. And it was about, how the earth is a reflection of us, and because we are all macro, micro. So the skies above are our dreams and our possibilities and our potentials, and the stars, those are a representation of the light within us. And that all of this is so deeply connected, and how it's time to clear out the underground tunnels of our own being. That will clear the tunnels of the earth. So as above, so below, so within, as without. It's all connected, micro, macro. So this is a big time right now. Lilith, Black Moon is here, this alignment. This is a time about building new things, but a big part of creating something new is releasing the old things that don't work for you anymore.
Yeah, you got to let release.
That
is one of the big things. Speaking of Lilith, so found out something here recently. So my father my actual grandmother, well, she died giving birth to my dad. And I just recently found out what her first name was.
Lilith.
Lilith.
I knew it.
Yeah, Lilith.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting because there's a lot of to the firstborn son, and yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, so yeah, lots of things, and you're right. We were tested, and I believe we came out with it just fine. In fact, we're stronger. But it was interesting to see the dynamics of how it was tied to what I call this recent event. This moon, this eclipse that took place.
Yes.
Did you watch the eclipse?
I did. And wow, can I tell you, Carrie from Earthly Patriot, she did a video from Phoenix here, right in my backyard. And she got amazing footage. At the very end of the eclipse, though, the weirdest thing happened, Wayne, the moon turned blue.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'd never seen that before. It was very interesting. So y'all might want to check that out. Great captures of the eclipse over Arizona. It was very visible and it was great. She got it. She got great captures.
Love that. Love that. Here, it was very strange. As I said yesterday, it was like it seemed to almost disappear. I mean, no was up there, but it was as black as I've ever seen the moon. And I had my telescope, and the thing about it is I had it trained directly on the moon, and I couldn't see it in the eyepiece.
Wow.
And I'm doing this number and looking up, and then it only was for a very brief moment, and then the light shifted and you could begin to see this emergence is the best word I could say. It was very interesting, and I tell you, it was strange because you could really feel the energy, or at least I did.
I've been feeling this energy from this alignment for weeks, and wow, the roller coaster it put me on. I mean, sometimes it's euphoric, sometimes it's feels like releasing. Yeah, lots of emotional shifts through this. It's powerful.
Hey, Brenda's in here. Hi, Milky Way Mom. How you doing, dear? Good to see you. We celebrated Brian's birthday yesterday, and yes, we so good to see you, Brenda. Always excited to have you here. Yeah. There's a lot of words, a lot of emotion there, but see, there's that emotion thing, so that's all I got to say.
Hey, Wayne, nothing's real till we feel it, and see, that's the connection. We feel.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
So strong. It just lights up our solar plexus and our heart.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah. I love it. It's TL Clark. How you doing? Light at 186,000 miles per second going through glass slows down at approximately 34%, then speeds back up to 100%. Life is like a light show. I like that.
I do too. That's
TL, way to go.
Brilliant.
Far out. I mean, that is cool. I love the people. I tell you, this is, again, it's just a unique group of and particularly when we come together.
Absolutely. The wisdom that we share with each other, it's so powerful because it's like we're connecting our neural pathways. We're connecting through thought and through words and through emotion.
Courtney says 2022 will be ruled by the moon. Lots of emotions to release. No more karma here, but the release is needed. Yeah. There's a cleansing. I mean, it's just the way it is. And recent events in my life and Lynn's life is you find out where you really are grounded at. And there is the great joy of anticipation, expectation. That,
Yeah.
we're talking about out of the ashes and Trina Phoenix, there's so much, you know, symbolism, visual imagery with the whole idea. But isn't it true though? And I was thinking about this today when I was thinking for the theme of the show. Each of us are within ourselves are ashes. We're ashes of our ancestors, right?
Absolutely. When they burn up the bodies, or the bodies break down to their basic, all that's left are the minerals, the ashes.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
It's so
mean,
funny. Week 1 of our project, this came in the mail exact day of the day before we began.
now what is that? It's quite beautiful. I love
The
the
Phoenix.
the Phoenix. Yeah, okay.
The Phoenix. Yeah.
Beautiful. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yep. It's so the symbology, the synchronicities. It's like when you're in alignment, the universe just keeps talking to you. The things that are showing up, you're drawn to. Just that if you just go with that, you're usually going exactly where you need to be. So that's a big part of this too, is paying attention to the symbols and signals and nudges that are showing up all around you. Because guys, right now we're getting a lot of them. So really open up your ears and eyes and extra sensories so you can perceive them, because they're really trying to communicate right now.
They are.
Yeah.
I told you when we got back, I mean, our garage was, had white feathers everywhere.
That is so
I
beautiful,
mean,
Wayne.
and I
I
mean,
love that. Oh,
Lynn says, do we have a cat now or did we have a bird or what? I
it's
said,
so
oh,
funny. I found feathers last week too, and weird stuff inside my clients' houses and stuff. I was like, there's no way. There's a
see?
bird. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
there's no way. And there's just a white feather. And then the other day, there was just a white feather on my leg. I was like, whoa, where did that come from? Yeah, but I'm not getting like, truckloads of feathers like you.
I mean, and I brought him in here because when I find them, listen, I don't know where they came from. I mean, we don't have any birds that, we just don't have birds. And the birds that are natural to this environment around here, I don't have those kind of feathers. I don't know. It's
Right. It's
yeah.
mind blowing. And I think it is divinely, it's one of those gifts they have can manifest easily in this world. And they're just letting you know, never doubt our presence and how we will.
And they're always white.
There.
There's never a variation, always white.
That's so awesome.
Now, if I find blue feathers, then we'll be talking more seriously.
Right?
Yes, like, And now that I spoke it out there, let's just see what happens. Hey, Brian.
Oh, shoot. I just literally saw, Blue Avians just called him in, Wayne.
Like, would you just shut up, man? So keep quiet. But we can't, it's interesting. Yesterday on Ryder's show, Brilliant Minds, Jay was on there. Y'all need to check it out. And the diversity of the conversation is like, okay, so it's basically the SHIT, the shit hitting the fan going on. So what do you do? And what's your reaction to this? And it's quite interesting because, as I said to the group, I said, everyone seems to be focusing in on surviving. I said, but my question is, why would you want to survive? I mean, the aftermath of what we're in is not going to be pretty. I think there's a lot. I think this is a release for so many as they get into the astral now. It's one aspect. It's very exciting to see what's going on. Yeah. Thank you, Jules. Thank you, Julie Rose. Love you, darling. She just put in the link for a writer's show tonight. And
right on, Julia. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. So,
but what do you think on that, hon? I mean,
it's gonna be what you perceive. I really do believe that. I believe so much of this is going to be what you believe is going to be there. And I know my gut says, like, I knew that I came here to help usher in the new, and whether I'll be here for that, all of it, I do not know. But I knew that I was supposed to I would be standing as a massive witness for one, a witness of the events. And then other than that, I would be helping to put the new kids' schools and stuff together. I've always been shown that I would probably help with the new education systems on the planet because they're going to shift. And
Yeah.
they're going to shift in a very good way. So, but yeah, there's going to be a lot going on, and I think I came to see a lot of it and participate in helping nature stay in power.
I've got to turn this on because what I'm looking at, folks, was
Really?
yeah, it was very interesting. It wasn't an orb, it was just kind of a mist.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
I just really hello favor.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this and I have a statue of Fortuna. She's over there on her pedestal, kind of, and and this is where it came from. And I'll show you everybody where this came from. Let me get this. So this is the goddess Fortuna, and so, and she's very unique. If you ever study the statues on this, are you there, Trina? Did you freeze up?
You still aren't moving yet. Okay, now you are. I got you back.
Okay. You were you froze up on this one. But anyway, so it actually came from
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite interesting. So I've got
that's plasma. That's the
it literally, it was just a mist. I mean, and I watched it go right up there. I have up there is my periodic table in it. Yeah, anyway.
Interesting. We're talking about.
Yes, it is very interesting. And you froze up again, dear. It's probably sunspots. Who knows? Are you there? I can still see myself. Hopefully everyone can y'all see that?
I can see you, but you're froze on my end, but you probably aren't on theirs because when you're froze on me, you're not always on them.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, that was interesting. That was speaking of which, Trina, I showed you and I were showing this before. So I found this. This is the emblem for the World Economic Forum police force. Now, why the World Economic Forum has a police force to begin with is a question that is, but we teach here about symbolism. We teach about sigils. Look at this one, Trina, and you and I were talking. The strange one here is these crystals. And that's what I perceive that to be. What do you see that as?
I do. I see that they're bringing forth a new growth because crystals grow. They're alive, and they store information. And it looks like those are dead people that turn into their head as a sickle. So it's like their head is revolving to me around death. And how
you're talking about the creatures above the crystals?
Yes, I see those as monster faces with sickle hair.
And it's really bizarre to see what's going on here because there is, I don't know what these are supposed to be. I don't know if they're trying to represent a ram. But it's very strange when you look at what these, everything has a meaning.
Yeah.
And this one here, I'd be curious to see what the chat room has to say on it, but I just thought this one was so weird. So the World Economic Forum police.
Yeah.
And I don't get the crystals. Was there something in 2009? I was trying to go back and think about, and who knows, it may not be crystals at all. It may be somebody's here. Trina, are you there? How interesting. Trina.
I'm here, Wayne.
Okay. That was really weird. So I was talking, and right as we were talking about this, the REM pod goes off. So
I heard that.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Other people are saying that looks like a goat head. Interesting.
I thought that too. Yep.
Okay. My eyes were looking at the ground and it turned into, I'm not sure what that is. Bernadette says Baphomet. Now that's interesting. Lost in space, two worlds colliding. That is very interesting. Three crystals may represent the Shakar, the gray, and the palladium. Did I get that right? This is going by pretty quick. I don't want to read some of these.
You guys are all so stinking smart. It blows my mind. I'm like,
this is
spot on, spot on, spot on. Dang, wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
See how we all see different things, and that brings the full picture of reality of what this probably is to light.
I'm just reading some of these interesting comments. Longhorn sheep, mountain goats. Somebody's in here. Trina? This is weird now, folks. Every time this REM pod goes off, Trina freezes up.
Wow.
It's strange. When it goes off, you freeze up.
Interesting.
Going
through the computer systems.
Some people say it looks like the devil's horn, the face of a being, looks like rams and crystals. So if it looks like rams and crystals, then there's obviously an inference being made here. Now, it sounds logical to me. And you froze up again. Well, that's just weird. Strangeness is about today, folks. Trina, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Brian playing. That's just, and that's what, and then you're right, Lost in Space. It's Brian, that would be like him too. I mean, he'd just do that. He'd come by and, Brian, if it is you, all you need to do, dude, man, is just get close to that antenna. You know what the hell an antenna is, touch it and, welcome.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome.
So anyway, weird, symbolism, isn't it?
And dark. It feels very dark.
It does. It's got a funk feeling to it. It's like, man, but I am curious about the crystals though. If they are crystals, that's the only thing I could think. I mean, maybe, a monolith.
I see it as a memory storage device. That's what I keep seeing. Memory storage. It's about technology. It's about storage of energy, and maybe using the death to be the new storage devices for this new technology.
Acryl says invert it upside down.
Yes.
Well, now that's interesting. Well, let's see. I think I could actually, if I didn't, let's see, did I already put it away? So we'll go back to
it. It would show probably a whole different image if we.
I'll look at that. That's a good idea. Inverted. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Twin towers falling down. Ooh, interesting. Wow. Do not forget the color black and yellow. Oh, Morgan, spot on. Yes. Hey, C Testa, how you doing? Inverted as well. Yeah. Eric Kors says, and backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's dark magic. I mean, that's the left-hand path. That's exactly how you do it.
Yep. Absolutely. Mirroring, inverting, reversing. Yes, that's all their tools.
Wow, somebody is here.
Yeah, right on.
Okay. Wow. How cool. Well, welcome.
Yes, hi.
So, on the REM pod, you have green, you have blue, you have red, each one. So the green is a definite field,
Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. Friend. And I looked up and there it is, 29, 1229.
Yeah, so. Your number.
It's everywhere. It's freaking everywhere. It really is. It's everywhere. So,
And the more you pay attention, the more you see it. And it gets kind of silly. It's so
it's
crazy. It's so
ridiculous at
much.
this point. It's everywhere.
I
You know?
know.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's strange.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can control this matrix to a certain level, especially individually. And I think that's how we fix everything, is the more we master our own internal world, the more that healing and the more that balance and that power is going to reflect on this earth.
indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, and if I don't get up complete to this today, I'll pick it up tomorrow. And by the way, on Thursday, I have Lindsay Brown coming on, shamanic healer, and she has a gifting of being able to help people in particularly early trauma. If you don't work that out, it can get repressed. And
absolutely.
Yeah, and as we all know, if you repress a thing, then you become depressed. And as the depression continues, then you become oppressed. And as they oppress you and press you, then they take possession of you.
And then you become the oppressor.
It's true, because you're going to go and try to make someone else's life miserable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
So the most important work is what we're doing inside of our own consciousness and our own thoughts.
I'm just reading it. I'm off this thing going, here, would you get back on the damn road, Wayne? Come on. Someone just spilled their drinks in the back going, man, what'd you just do?
The brilliance in chat, it sucks you in. You're like, oh, that was good. Yeah. Wow. That's intense, Wayne.
Can you do that? That was Morse code. Did you catch that?
Was that? I heard it go.
Yeah.
I heard it.
I heard. I got hello on the first, but I didn't get the rest of it. Wow. Do that again, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, that was pretty cool. Did the rest of y'all hear that?
Totally.
That was Morse code.
Wow, Wayne.
Wow.
Hello.
And if I'm going to get it in the replay, but I think I got that right. John Price says, yeah, I heard it was Morse code. I mean, I picked it up, and if you're fluent enough, let me know. But I got HELL, and then I didn't get the last one. Wow. Boy, that gets the old hairs. Hey, Robert V, what's up, brother? Wow. I mean, that'll get the hairs raising up all over you. It's like,
I want to know if it's favor.
That was so cool. Brian says I can copy. Okay. Wow. Well, Brian, if you go back and listen, go back on that. I mean, I when I started hearing it, that was a definitive pattern. Yeah. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. That was really freaking cool.
I know. I'm like, that's exciting.
I mean, wow. Exactly.
Yeah.
Jinx, Coke, you owe me a Coke on that one.
Right?
Yeah, so we just say as kids.
Yeah. Jinx,
wow.
Woo,
man.
See that, Wayne, the power, it's going to get more powerful. We're going to see and be able to actually start to interact with things that most others can't. And we're going to be doing this a whole different way. Than before.
So I have been in this thing collecting, and I want to show you my collection now, because I got the prize of my collection came in Saturday. So I have been collecting spirit boards.
Wow.
This is one. So get that. That pretty cool.
Wow. Yes, it is, Wayne. Wow.
Then I had a person who made one personally. And I'll share that with everyone. That sounds good, doesn't it? So the three people that contacted me, we're ready to do this experiment now. And then this is one I actually has been purposely, this is
And
hand.
Wayne, that's my favorite. I
Yeah.
don't know why, but that board has a very beautiful frequency to it.
It does. And
I
it's
can
got a great
feel it.
smell.
I can feel it. That is
yeah.
my favorite one that you have. So that one is just absolutely
Cool.
beautiful.
And it's the plachette is the same way, and it's still got, from them sanding, I can still get the but
It does.
yeah, it's got a great it's just got a cool energy about it. That's all I got to say. And they handmade the hand plachette as well.
And you know what? I will tell you, Wayne, I have a very strong feeling that's going to be one of the most powerful boards you can buy, because it's made out of wood and it was handcrafted for you. It's going to be very, very powerful.
I think it is. It's and
you know what I like to do with those tools like that too? I have a tray that has salt in it, and I put them in salt once in a while. Yeah, I just put them in salt, and if I'm going to use it, I make sure and charge it with salt, because dark energy has a hell of a time getting through a salt barrier.
Yes, so it does.
I really, they like that comment.
And then this is the one. This is a collector's item. It's one. It is, in fact, this is number 600 of the original.
I was going to say that's like the one I had.
The original. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wayne, that is the original Ouija board. Yep.
The woman who I bought this from, she said that this has amazing power. She's never, and again, it is the original. It's
when I had like that, Wayne, when we were little kids, it lifted off the ground by itself and the planchette flew across the room and bounced off the wall. Oh, we were so freaked out.
So this one, the planchette moves by itself.
Yes.
I mean, I work late at night sometimes in here. And so I just set it up there with the planchette, excuse me. Yeah. So,
yeah, I bet mine did too, Wayne. So
and now that, excuse me, folks, as he
got to keep our stuff safe.
Yeah, well, these are really unique. So anyway,
they are. What beautiful relics of our esoteric and spiritual past. Those are beautiful relics to treasure.
And it's no different, Trina, than using rods.
Absolutely.
I mean, so I can get the same thing.
Or a pendulum. Or like me, I can use Brian's crystal. I just put it over my hand and I can use my crystals. You can use anything anything you want can become divine.
Sanji assists me a lot. And because I know Brian's energy is in this. Hi,
yes,
Sanji.
It is.
Hello.
Hi, Sanji.
He likes to make an appearance every now and then,
Sanji.
Yeah.
That crystal does have consciousness. I can feel it.
And it's got Brian's essence in it. I mean, it's his energy. It's palatable. Yeah.
He wouldn't get off the desk of the previous owner until she said she would send him to Brian, and then it would allow her to pick it up.
I told you what happened when we had some young guests come over, and Alyssa was like, and when I brought the crystal skull into the room, both her and her daughter both immediately had a displeasure feeling right where the third eye was.
Yep.
And her mother began to feel dizzy.
Yeah.
So I had to take the crystal out of the room, put it back into the office and where it sits. But
do you think Sanji just instantly connected with them and that's what they felt?
I think so, particularly. Yeah. the daughter, she's a very gifted young lady. And yeah. And it was funny because I asked her, I said, well, how is your soul doing? She looked at her mom and she says, do I have a soul?
Wow.
And it was just beautiful. It was just the way that, just such innocence.
What a beautiful seed planted into her
Yeah.
consciousness.
Yeah. She just had
That's
this,
your soul.
yeah,
Yeah, what a beautiful seed.
just, uh,
Those are the gardens, Wayne, that we want to see grow. So thank you for that seed. That's beautiful.
well, it puts them in there. I gave them, both her and her brother, one of the pods that you can tell when there's electromagnetic energy by. And so along with that was some crystals from Karen that had given me. So these little ones now have the crystals, and they've got now these EMF detectors. And when they light off, they're beautiful. I mean, they're just all sparkly. So they're like all really up in this. It's like, well, what is Mr. Wayne talking about more?
Right. That's
Anyway,
wonderful. A child's curiosity brought forth into a spiritual foundation is a very most beautiful gift. Wow.
And the fact that they experienced with, she still talks about this crystal skull, and it's like, it was quite revealing to me. I'd never seen reactions like that.
I have, and I that's why I knew that crystal, it needed to go to a very special person. Not many can hold the frequency or handle the frequency of Sanji. And if Sanji's not happy, you got to find out how Sanji needs to go, where Sanji needs to go. And I was like, you are about the perfect person I know for this task. And I have a feeling he kind of went through Brian to get to you in the first place. That's my gut feeling. That's my gut feeling.
There is a connection to this thing. I don't talk about it because most people.
I think it was supposed to go to Brian. This was done really on purpose, Wayne. I mean, really on purpose.
Yeah.
At
night, when it's quiet through the whole house, and I'm really getting into where I like to go. If I had a way, it's almost measurable. You can sense that there is this energy. That's the best way of saying it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And energy.
Sanji, I like Sanji so much.
Yes, and Sanji helps me a lot in areas of, particularly connecting.
Yes.
I don't know if I, should talk like that, but it does. It's to me like it's a transmitter and a receiver. Does that make sense?
Yes. And what's interesting, Wayne, is I keep seeing that screenshot I caught of Sanji with the rainbow shooting out of his head. Yes. Rainbow, and I keep hearing rainbow. You're supposed to be accessing the rainbow. Oh, there goes the machine again.
So I just want to show you folks how much energy is connected. And I wish, I can't get close enough but I'm going to put Sanji next to the REM pod.
Oh boy.
Watch what happens. It just goes nuts. I mean, wow. And yeah. And if I move them, I can see as well.
Wow.
And then I use this. Okay, Sanji. All right. Wow. That one's a different pitch altogether. All right. Well, something's going on.
That's powerful.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Welcome, whoever. Sanji, are you doing this?
I think he is.
Oh, shit. Did you just see that?
What was that?
I asked Sanji if he was making the sound, and the sound turned off immediately.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah. All right. Powerful stuff here, folks. That's all I got to say. Powerful stuff.
And these crystals are very powerful. Very, very, very powerful.
Yeah.
And that's why the crystals were on the bottom of that patch, Wayne.
Isn't it odd? I can't wait to actually, see that. So
I think it's a way that we can
Sanji
transmute.
says, thank you, everybody. He always
Oh,
loves to
thank
make
you,
his
Sanji.
appearance every now and then, you know?
Thank you, Sanji.
Cool, dude.
Yeah.
Lost of space. I hear the frequency. Yes, that's true. Oh, isn't that? Thank you,
Yeah.
Lost in Space. There you go. Be the frequency you want to be.
You want to repeat? Yes.
Yes.
Brian's motto. Yes.
He's all
All
over
right.
us. He's all over us.
Yes, he is. All over. All
Deborah
over.
says, I love me, Sanji. Yes, yes. And Sanji loves the soul tribe. He really does. There's,
Yes, he
yeah,
does.
yeah.
Yes,
I
he
mean, it's
does.
like, you know,
Yeah.
uh, Loretta says, I want a Sanji. Gonna have to seek one out. Yeah, let us know if you find one. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I gave a little Sanji to Perry.
Did you?
Yeah, I've always had this crystal for a long time, and it was a skull, and I knew it was supposed to go to somebody. And he had been bringing me many crystals, and I literally walked into my room one day, and I was like, "Now I know who this is supposed to go to. This is supposed to go to you." And he was like, "Wow!" So it's a powerful little one, but
Well,
nonetheless
I'll tell you what, you know,
powerful.
the thing I've often found, an atom, you can't even see it, but blow it up and see
Correct.
what happens.
Right. Kaboom.
Like kaboom. So
Right.
Mary wins, Mr. Bojangles. Oh, Mary, you know, it's
Yeah.
amazing. That is yeah, the
Yeah.
nitty gritty dirt man, you know, Mr.
You know what's so
Bojangles.
funny too, Wayne? It's funny you brought up the atom because I got a message really loud from Spirit the other day. The greatest changes will come from the smallest things. And that's about the atomic power. And I know there's something to that. So there's something with that, very much so.
It's odd. There's so many things happening in these
Yeah.
last 2 weeks that you know, there was a prophecy spoken over me, oh, well over a decade or so ago, and it came to pass, but it came to pass in a manner that I was not expecting. And so, yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So Trina, I want to share this with everybody, because folks, if you will do this, do you see that, Trina?
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay. Is it
Yep,
there?
there it is.
Okay.
Yep.
So folks, this is the plan. We'll get more into this tomorrow as well. But so those of you who are in the workshop, the group workshop, I'm asking you to follow this now on top of what we do when we come together on Sunday mornings. So the plan is this, and this, folks, we'll get into this more tomorrow, the background of this, but this book has been tested. It has been put to the test, and it delivers every time. Trina, are you still there, dear?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah,
right.
all is well, bus driver. You're doing
Okay,
great.
I just wanted to make sure, you know, that last time when I almost went off the road there, I didn't realize how many people were in the back. I mean, it gave
Right?
away. I didn't know, folks. All right, you know. That's why we pad the seats.
That's right.
All right. The plan. So this is what I want you to do. Get yourself on your computer, get into your Word document, and right at the top, the plan. If you do this, it's going to change your life even faster. All right. Write down on paper, in order of their importance, the things and conditions you really want. Do not be afraid of wanting too much. Go the limit in writing down your wants. Change the list daily if you have to, adding or taking from it until you have it about right. You'll know. Do not be discouraged on account of changes. I mean, folks, Lynn and I had a huge change, but being able to be like a reed, flexible, adaptable,
Yes.
they can't take that away, right, Trina?
No. And you know, I've had a similar thing like that happen to me. And it made me reevaluate everything in my life. So this is a huge breakthrough, and you'll go through a lot of purging. It's a transition into a different consciousness, because I hate to say it, but your reality, your internal world is going to manifest in your external world. And you've been doing that, and it's coming fast and hard. And that's why everything had to get turned upside down so you could go forth on your new vision, because your new vision doesn't match your old one.
No.
Yeah, I can feel that. They're like, this is cutting you free. I
It
don't
is.
know
It's,
how or
it's,
why, but
you
they're
know,
like, this is
Trina,
how you get free. Yeah.
you ready for something, Trina?
What?
See, this was what I saw coming out of the goo. I was cutting myself out of the serpent with
Oh,
what had just
wow.
happened to us. So just to let you know.
That's awesome.
So
Oh,
I keep on reading. Do not be discouraged on account of changes, as this is natural. There will always be changes and additions with accomplishments and increasing desires. So here's what you do. The 3 positive rules of accomplishment. Read the list of what you want 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. And don't tell me you can't do it if you got a job. If you really want change in your life, you can do it. They do give you lunch, I think, in most places. In fact, you probably don't need to be eating lunch. If you ate these words, you would find, anyway. 2, think of what you want as often as possible. Those of you who do jobs, or even if you take care of if you're a house engineer, which is one of the hardest jobs, meditate. Constantly run what you want. Lynn and I are manifesting something that, and it works faster if the 2 become united as one.
you're so right, Wayne. Oh, wow. You were so right about that. If you can have 2 people working on the same image, wow. Yes.
And then think about this, Trina. If we get, I think we have at the last count 60.
That's amazing.
Wow. 3,
Yes.
do not talk to anyone about your plan except to the great power within you, which will unfold to your objective mind the method of accomplishment. And that's all I'm going to do. Tomorrow we'll get more into this, because the objective mind, folks, it's thought.
Yes.
So I've started I've done this all my professional career. I was taught this a long time ago.
I was going to say, I heard it again. Wow.
Someone's here, and it's not Brian.
No.
No, this is not.
Is it Favor?
When you said that, it's still here.
Yeah.
And what's odd is that it should be making, oh, okay, this is interesting. I love this device.
I do too.
So anyway, there you go, folks. Write what you want, and then we'll pick up on this tomorrow. I have my list, and I'm having my wife do her list. And what we want to do is experiment without telling each other what it is that each one of us are desiring. And we feel that if we have this and we connect with this, then what we have done something here is remarkable. It's creation.
Yes. And I know this can be done because I've done it individually. So I know it can be done. And it's funny you're saying about writing down a list of what you want to manifest next. I did that yesterday.
Okay, now see, this is because I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here, and it's last night, and it's like, all right, this is the cleansing has taken place, and so now I have a new canvas. And yes, I mean, at times I cry in the seat because I'm so grateful that I have the cognition of mind to know the presence of spirit, that I can now paint anything I want on this canvas.
Oh my gosh, you were so right. And the challenge for me was, okay, what do I want? Because right?
Yeah,
that's the hardest part.
That's exactly. If you and I were in the room, we'd be going, yeah, exactly.
Right. Right. And that's when you know you're at a whole new level too, because when you absolutely know that you can manifest what you want, you really take some reserve with that because you understand the weight of what you're doing. You understand it will show up. And then it comes to the great wise words, be careful what thou wish for. Be careful what you ask for. My goodness, be careful. So
So you know what
with
I was
that comes
told?
great discernment. What?
Our egregore is attached itself to my list.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
mine. And oh God,
Exactly. Thank you. All of ours. There
oh,
you
wait, yeah.
go.
And wait till you
Yes.
see what I'm working on, Wayne. Oh boy.
That's why y'all need to work on your list, because the first assignment has been brought out. The egregore wants to see your list come to pass. Now,
Yeah.
don't be haphazard about it, because it will be haphazard. If you are detailed, for instance, if you're wanting a house, what does that house look like? Is it a ranch? Is it a two-story? Does it have a basement? Is it a finished basement? Is it central air? Does it have, land? Does it have, the thing is, if
What are
you
the
want,
purposes? Yeah. What are
yeah,
the purposes? How is it going to feel when you have it? Another big part of this too is while you're imagining it, imagine it as if it's already yours.
yeah,
You need to feel what it feels like to have it. Feel what it feels like to walk in that house, to drive that car, to ride that horse, whatever it is. You need to see it until you get an emotional feeling as though it's real. And then when you get there, that's the magic ingredient right there, is that when you can feel it. Nothing is real until you feel it. So do not stop until you get in that feeling. Don't stop.
ooh, and
Keep going.
and I know this sounds weird, but there's times I can be sitting here and I'm in my mind, I'm giving a hug to my wife,
Yeah.
and she feels it.
Yes. And you know
Yeah,
what?
because
I
she has
did
her
that to
office up
Brian's
above
mom.
mine. Yeah.
I did that yesterday to Brian's mom. I said, I am sending you the biggest hug right now from the universe and all that surrounds it. And she goes, oh, I felt that. And I was like, and then she hugged
Yes.
me back and I felt it. And I literally felt my heart light up. I felt it and she felt it. This is real, real,
When you were
real.
saying that, I had the scene in the movie Ghost, Patrick Swayze standing there as he's about to transcend, and he's looking down at Demi Moore, and he says, the love, it
You get
goes
to
with
take
you.
it with you.
You take it
Yeah,
with you.
you get
I
to
mean,
take it
I'm
with
just,
you.
that's like, whoa, because it's
Yeah.
true. That's the same feeling that if you put your list together, as you're putting it down, put that same feeling.
And remember to
Yeah.
always have remember the law of cause and effect.
Yeah.
Remember how important it is of what you are creating. So if it's to have the beautiful house, make sure that you see that house sheltering those who need shelter, supporting the people in your world who need it. Give that to the world as a unit of service to the world, and your manifestation will exceed your dreams if it is done properly.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's done wrong, it's still going to manifest. So be careful.
It does. I mean, it does. It's like,
Be
okay.
careful.
I'll tell you what. Hello, Michelle Ken M. Free. How are you doing? I love that.
Hi,
No one is
sweetheart.
youer than you. That's Dr. Seuss. I
Yeah,
grew up with Dr. Seuss. I love
I
Dr.
love
Seuss.
it.
I love
Me
green
too.
eggs and ham. That's what Sam
Me
I
too,
am.
Sam,
Yeah.
I am. That's right.
I'll eat one. I'll eat two. I eat three redfish, not more.
That's right. Oh my
Oh,
God.
and today, they say that those books are in some cases on, book list or something. And I'm going, but the Cat in the Hat was the coolest thing of all.
Absolutely. And I really do think that the way that that rhymes and the way they've put those letters and stuff together, I think it literally unlocks the more hidden secret society information in the brain somehow, because it taps into it through rhyming and language. So I think that's why they're getting rid of that. They're trying to get rid of cursive, all of these things. It's because we're getting too dang powerful.
They say in certain occult circles that if you read Dr. Seuss's books, it is exactly its code.
Absolutely. I've known that since I was 5.
And that's why it got us, because we recognized it.
I did. I was like, this is some magic stuff, and I'm gonna make me a Houlihan. I knew. I was like,
they're saying
yeah.
we're good. It's kind of like in that movie Tomorrowland, you know, someone gave us the button, you know, the pin.
Right.
Yeah, you and I got, and there's a lot of us in here who've gotten the pin, you know.
Well, very wonderful friend told me this. Access to the 13th dimension is now open. If you have any troubles, find the black suitcase. Push the red button. Assistance will be there immediately. Ooh, nice, right? Cool.
Oh, yes. Let's see, Cotty Boy. Yes, I've been. Okay, this is good. All right, Miss Trina, another hour has come and gone. Boom, like that.
Like that.
Man, I mean,
Like
I'm
that.
what was it? Men in Color. I'm going to give that a 3 twist and a pull back.
That's
Yes. We do smile here a lot, and yes, we do laugh, because laughter doeth the heart as a good medicine. It does, you know. And guess what? It'll keep you younger. If you laugh every day, it does.
Yeah.
You know, you get these and you get the, you know, the healthy cheeks, you know, you got that thing. And you know, I can tell people who are frowners and crowners, you know, it's pretty easy. You know, the crowners, they have but the frowners, you know, yeah. I love that. You see how we rhymed that 3 times? All right, so the bus is pulling into. It's just a rest stop. I'll pick up tomorrow. So smoke them if you got them. You know, share them if you want them. And Trina, I'll see you next week, dear.
Oh, I can't wait. It'll be so much fun. I look forward to it. It is the best part of my week, being with you guys and being with you, Wayne. You are one of my best friends, and thank you for being my friend, because I love you more than you'll know. And this tribe, oh yeah, you guys make me cry. So I love you that much.
You are my best friend.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're my best friend now, baby. All right, folks, Soul Tribe and all others, we love you. We will see y'all tomorrow. Smile, write your list, get serious about it. Those that are in the group workshop, start making your list, because I'm going to tell you, as you connect on with the collective consciousness that's working here, it's going to be empowered.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be putting on some rockets on the back of your Volkswagen. That's all I got to say. And
because
VWs
honestly, when we come together in the astrals, many of us are coming with our concerns and our problems, and we're coming together as groups to problem solve and help and support each other. So part of that connection is one of your greatest assets for safety, protection, love, and support. So embrace it. Embrace it.
Woof.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I can't tell you, Trina, because see, in meditation I've got already for this week, but wow, that's all I gotta say. All right, folks, we love y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, you got me laughing.